If I did this correctly, I should have the best vehicle build in LEGO Fortnite. It flies, it drives, and it's super simple to make. So if you enjoy the video or if it helps out in any way, don't forget to leave a like, share with your friends, and comment your thoughts down below. So what's going on here? Well, it's from this Reddit post where you can use thrusters pushing down to land the vehicle, and then the wheels engage it, and you can control it on the ground. The tech has been discovered, and also just like the machine itself. So yeah, it's going to be able to drive it down. Also has steering, so you get to steer left and right. It's a plane, it's a vehicle, and then once you have like a nice clear landing path, you go in there, and then you just straight up have a car. And there it goes, it's driving. Now it's not going to have the best control, it's a bit cumbersome, but yeah, you just re-engage the thrusters and that sticks to the ground, and then whenever you want, you just boom, lift off again. And it steers. And then you could just kind of travel the world however you want. So that's why I want to build it, want to try it out, and we can actually get some more information. Default off-roader, add 2 straight foundation, 4 balloons, thrusters connected in this way. Press green to turn right, red to turn left, green plus red to climb forward, blue to lower forward. Also, my controls are a little different. I have 1 for left, 3 for right, 2 for forward, so I might have to customize this a little bit for myself. So one channel is going to be all the top ones being the same color. So this is going to be green, and then this is going to be green, as well as the big one. Now, if I want to turn left, that means I'm engaging those thrusters. So we're going to attach 1 to these 2. It's a little too light for this, which also makes sense because they had the default off-roader. I want to be lazy and use less resources and build it faster. But on so few balloons, really. Okay, and now we have this one, land and drive, and I've already been outdone. And it's so crazy because the vehicle platforms, as I showed, are super duper light. So you just need 4 balloons for like a contraption this big, and you actually have lift on it. And it looks like this one has the back thruster and 1 on the bottom in the same channel. So you go up and forward, and then you also have like left and right for steering. But then you turn all of that stuff off, you can land, and then it's heavy enough to just go and drive away, and there's an engine in it. It doesn't seem like it goes as high. It's like mountaineering with it, but like, yo, building different vehicles for different terrain, anything's possible now. Now the funny thing is I have an old Stairway to Heaven to get to the biomes, but maybe we can use this is not gonna work. Okay, somehow we made it on. Our weight adds a little bit to it. All right, now here's the question. Does it still work? Because if we go 1 and 3, that should just give us thrust. And kind of feel like I'm balling, to be honest. This is actually really cool. And then you turn off... Oh, actually, interesting. So that's unstable. Also, interesting. So normally it's inverted controls, but you want these like permanently on to go forward. So if I hit 3 to turn right, we actually turn left, and also we kind of flip over a bit. So there is some instability here. Yeah, that is something. And then if we hit 2, that's going to just kind of send us down. So we can still go straight with this. And that doesn't turn it... I mean, that actually turns it pretty hard. Technically accomplishes the turn we're looking for. Now, it would be interesting to actually give this build an engine. If I can actually turn this thing around and get home in a not crazy way, it might prove the system works. Okay, so I'm actually able to make it home pretty well. Just activate everything, kind of go crazy for a bit. But it's working. And then this can just take us right there. Alright, have I made my own jank version of this? It kind of seems like no, because the wheels, oh, they actually steer. Not great though. I wonder if I should put medium wheels on, and if there's a way to do something about that. Let's go back to the flying, and then we want to go left, so we turn off that. That technically is it. Alright, so if I can spin 180 and get back to base, and we got no problems, I think that's it. So yeah, it's very tricky on that, but then we hit 2, disable the other ones. We're coming in hot, but it's kind of trying to bring us down. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff is happening with the builds. You can add on to the default cars, you can kind of freestyle it, build your own. The main tech right now, and this has to get patched at some point, right, is that large thrusters don't consume fuel. It's the same thing as it was pre-patch with the switches. So you can just throw a large thruster at the back of any of your vehicles, and then you can just flip that switch instead. But at the same time, fuel and biomass consumption actually isn't that terrible. You put in 10 bones, you get 20 biomass. If you just pick up the bones from your villagers killing skeletons at night and throw them in there, and then you just keep like filtering out all the garbage with the fertilizer and the soil, you'll have more biomass than you know what to do with. Also, some people are getting industrial with it, and they're just making tons of garden plots, and then they're using that to get more crops to throw into the thing and just non-stop biomass. You also can build more than one of these if you want to get crazy with it. And then you just end up with a lot of glass, especially if you have workers at a smelter. You take out the bandit camps that spawn in the world, you get glass that way. Maybe you get an extra fuel cell or two. Look, I have more glass here. I have more biomass here. I can just make whatever I want. So hybrid cars and vehicles are looking to be crazy. Thrusters also really good. Just slap one onto any of your builds with a switch. No shot, some dude made a helicopter, and this build is crazy because you have all those vehicle parts, you have all that bulk, and it's only 6 balloons. But then he gets in and he starts flying it, and it makes sense. And it doesn't have to be like the most functional thing because you can see it's not going to clear a mountain, but it's so forward heavy in how it's set up, it actually like tilts like a helicopter and then gets a lot of forward momentum. And the benefit is that the turning is actually really good. You have something in the tail that can actually give you like a forward pivot point to turn around in and then use other thrust for. So it worked. Had the wild idea and they made it work. People are making trikes. That's pretty cool. I guess you got away with it. Small stand, foundation, wheels in the back. You got the engine and then just attach something to one of the floors. Bro, what is this? Now we're looking at like Tears of the Kingdom levels of innovation and jank. We're like, oh, a little stability on the side. And then you make a bike and this thing controls insanely well. And it's got speed. Why is it working without an engine? That reminds me of how the hover bike was just 2 angled fans and a steering wheel, and that was like the best vehicle you could make and save for your auto hand. This dude built the first ever semi. Huh. I mean, we see it in the patch notes, like the devs put a house on top of a vehicle, and they made it work. And then using some engineering skills, you can turn the 3 channels into up, down, left, and right. That sounds pretty cool. So if you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.